This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Retrovision. Shop with the confidence that you're getting the best price on offer. And Safety Compliance Global, taking care of all your safety requirements. Thank you for supporting local.
Yes, it is our last show in the studio. And they're just clapping because they won't get to see me anymore for a while. Thank you very much, Australia. Welcome to episode 793 of The Couch. Music-wise, today's Wemmer have got a band called Who's Elliot. We've got Bailey Perry coming in to perform for us as well. Movies with Paul Elwyn. What's on Perth with Belinda Cipriano. Customer service panel with Chris Smoyer, Sharon Atwood and Alexander Sacosta. And then we're talking social with Ming Johansson. And then Amanda Bridgman is in. She's an award-winning author. Big show. It's our final for 2024. Cheer again. Hope you can stick around. It starts now.
It's showtime on the couch. Yeah, it's showtime on the couch. You can see it from your house. You can watch it from your house. It's showtime on the couch with Fred and the best in town. Oh, it's showtime on the couch.
Hello, Australia. Welcome to another episode of The Couch. Hope you're doing well wherever you're watching us around Australia. Can I just say quickly, thank you to C44 in Adelaide, thank you to C31 in Melbourne, and to Foxtel, who's been with us for more than 12 or 13 years. Thank you to Aurora Channel, and thank you to everybody who's watched the show from all our movements around Western Australia, from different studios, from East Perth, or should I say from ECU, to Leederville and Ballajura, and then here up Belmont. Thank you very much, Sonia. And also here now that we're at Ellenbrook Secondary College as well. Let's get straight into the show. A man that's been here since we started 23. You have been, Paul.
Yeah,
Welcome.
that's true. Yeah, actually.
Paul Elwyn, he still looks younger than me, but he probably is a little bit younger, of course, but I've got more grey. But Paul, welcome back. 23 years, eh?
Wow.
Did you ever think we'd
Thanks
succeed?
Thanks for bringing that up. No, it's been great. It's been a lot of fun. So many
amazing.
things have happened as well.
Yes,
Like,
I agree with you. But
so
you know
much.
what? You did music when you first started.
Yeah,
You were
I
a
started
music
off
guy.
being like this young sort of angry emo music kind of guy. If you watch
With
that.
a great voice. Remember the
I think
voice.
there's some footage of that. But yeah, it's just and me becoming a dad and sort of getting older. I'm like,
Getting
I
married.
can just watch movies and streaming now, and I can enjoy that. So yeah, that's what I do now.
So why don't we talk about the great movies that you've got on offer?
It's so much fun. There's so many new ones. The first one we got is Paddington in Peru. It's technically Paddington 3.
Yep.
Paddington 2 was quite a few years ago with Hugh Grant and everything in it. So this is the third one in the
Another one.
Paddington Cinematic Universe trilogy here. He has to go see Aunt Lucy in Peru. So this is a Paddington adventure with all the family. However, the big thing is Sally Hawkins, who was the mum in the family, isn't in this one. So that's a big thing about it. So she's not. No, she actually decided not to be in it. She said, "I've done Paddington for 2 movies. Don't need to do it anymore." She was happy with that. But we, as a bonus, we have Olivia Colman in this. She's amazing,
And
like
she's
the
amazing.
Queen,
Great
all of this
actress.
sort of
Yep,
thing.
yep.
So she's in this. So they travel to Peru. She's part of the adventures that they have there. Antonio Banderas is in this as well.
Amazing. Really?
Yeah, he's in this. It's really
Well.
cool. He plays like the boat captain in this. It's pretty. Yeah,
That's a good movie.
Yeah, he does the whole Puss in Boots adventure
You'll
kind
be
of thing.
watching
in
it
this.
then, I'm assuming.
Yeah, of course. I enjoyed the first 2 movies. So this is Paddington in Peru. As far as I know, it's out January 1, but it's currently out in the UK. So
Okay.
they got the priority, but we'll get
Okay.
it in January 1 before
Sounds
the US as well. So Paddington in Peru. A good segue from Paddington is obviously
Gladiator
2.
2?
It's pretty much
yeah.
the same kind of movie.
Yeah.
Gladiator 2. Wow. 14th of November, this is coming out. 24 years after the first Gladiator with Russell Crowe. Joaquin Phoenix is the bad guy in that one. The son of Russell Crowe's character is in this one, played by the charmingly handsome Paul Mescal. We've got Paul Mescal, but we also have our own bounty hunter Mandalorian in this, Pedro Pascal in this.
Fantastic. Yeah.
And they were both in Equalizer 2, but we have Denzel in this.
Are you serious?
Doing an amazing job. He is the emperor
There
of
he
the
is.
time,
I saw him on footage.
Macron, Emperor Macron in this. this looks epic. This is huge. This is going to be big. And already, like with the previous screenings with critics, they've enjoyed this movie, saying it's kind of up there as the first one. You know, like the usual. It's a sequel, so it's just bigger and more stuff. So Paul Mescal plays the son of Russell Crowe's character from the first one, doing his best to bring Rome back up. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of fighting and a lot of crazy stuff happening in it. So this is Gladiator 2 out in 14th of November.
Oh, Christmas one to come up with.
So this is the first of, there's a few Christmas movies, so we've got to get this over and done with, I guess. 14th of November, we have the best Christmas pageant ever. This movie with Judy Greer as the mum, and this really cool comedian. I've seen him in a few other things on television as well. Pete Holmes is playing the dad. One of the Gilmore Girls, the Gilmore mum, Lauren Graham's in this as well. It's actually a remake of a 1984 television movie, made-for-TV movie, where essentially there's these bad kids in the neighbourhood and they're going to do a Christmas pageant, and the mum says, okay, I'm going to be the director for it. You know, when some mums put their hand up for these huge projects and everybody else goes, are you really up for this? This is massive. You have to deal with all the other mums and everything. And of course, she is such a kind of heart mum that she decides that the bad kids in the neighbourhood should be part of this as well, because Christmas is for the bad kids and the good kids, I guess.
Good idea.
And so mayhem ensues in this one. Lots of crazy stuff. So yeah, will they make it through Christmas?
Naughty
this
kids.
is the best Christmas pageant ever. So this is out on the 14th of November.
Wicked to me.
Yes, it does look wicked. Wicked. Oh my gosh, this is
just
huge.
About to start at Christmas time.
They were just over in Australia, Ariana Grande, and also the green-faced witch played by Cynthia Erivo. They were both in Australia just recently to promote it. Wicked is out the 21st of November, based on the musical. It's been 20 years since the musical first came out on Broadway, and it's still showing in everywhere, really.
This will be great. This will be
it's
fantastic
huge.
with the stage play.
As an added bonus for myself, we have Peter Dinklage is in this, and also who's going to play the wizard? It's going to be Jeff Goldblum.
Really?
He's the wizard in this. He's the Wizard of Oz. He's the one that causes all of the mayhem that creates the whole wicked thing and the witches being who they are. He'll be lovely in this. I think he's going to be a great wizard, and he's going to be a lot of fun. But this looks like heaps of fun. Fans of all of the previous movies, all of the plays and everything are going to enjoy this because, of course, it's a musical. Of course, we have some amazing people, Ariana Grande, but also Cynthia Erivo. They both have these amazing voices. I'm not too sure if Jeff Goldblum's going to sing, but Wicked is out 21st November. That's going to be big.
Kraven the Hunter.
Kraven the Hunter. So all of you comic fans, there's not too much coming out for around Christmas. So Kraven the Hunter is kind of the Spider-Man fans. He's basically one of Spider-Man's more infamous bad guys in there. This is his origin story. So this is the whole Sony Pictures Marvel origin stories kind of arcs that they're doing. The strange thing being, like, Venom is like a fan favorite, but this one he is another sort of bad guy. The cool thing is we've got Aaron Taylor Johnson, who in the posters everyone's like, is that his actual six-pack? And the director of the movie said, yes, he's been in the gym. He's been working out. He looks buff in this. Wow. Who's going to play his dad? He has to have like a menacing, evil dad, this Kraven the Hunter guy. Oh, fine, we'll just get Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe's in this as his dad.
He can play demons.
I think these two actors themselves, the whole dynamic between the dad and the son and how he becomes Kraven the Hunter, this evil hunter that must hunt down any heroes that he wants to. It's going to be huge, and I think these two actors are going to definitely lift it up.
I reckon Russell Crowe will become a better man out of this.
Yes, a better man.
Sorry,
all these mastering the segues. So Kraven the Hunter out on the 12th of December. Robbie Williams. So you want to see like the story about his life. How about if it was played by a chimpanzee? Yeah. Whose idea was this?
It's different.
It's different, totally different. It is actually an actual, it is a proper biographical story of Robbie Williams. It's played out, his character is a chimpanzee in this, the way it's shot and everything. Does it look kind of familiar? Does it look like you've seen this in previous movies?
Well,
does it kind of look...
Planet of the Apes, but I don't think so.
No, not exactly. Does this kind of look like, say, The Greatest Showman or Rocket Man, these amazing musical type movies? Yes, it's directed by the same guy who directed it. So this looks huge. Yeah. The weird thing is, like, Greatest Showman and Rocket Man, those sort of movies, they kind of look bigger than the sort of Baz Luhrmann type movies, but this looks amazing, a lot of fun. And, of course, Robbie Williams or Take That fans are going to enjoy this. And... yeah, it looks kind of interesting. It's kind of cool. Better Man, this is out on the 26th of December.
Let's hope there's not a bit of a fight risk with this one.
No, I don't think so. But, we'll see what Mark Wahlberg has to say. This is the last one here. We've got 23rd of Jan, so in the new year. It's a pretty interesting kind of thriller, kind of not as a big action, but mainly a thriller kind of movie. I feel they kind of gave away a bit in the trailer, but the whole thing is we got that 70s show Topher Grace, Michelle Dockin from Downton Abbey is in this, but also we have Mark Wahlberg. The whole thing is he doesn't always play the bad guy, but he is a bad guy in this one. They're taking a flight through Alaska to drop off a sort of important witness to a crime, and little plot twist, or plot twist at the start of it is Mark Wahlberg. He's actually a bad guy, hitman kind of character, and he's there to actually take out Topher Grace's character. And they're in the plane and everything, and this sort of suspenseful kind of thing happens. It looks pretty cool, a lot of action. Who's going to direct this kind of action? It's Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson directed this movie.
Because he can't be in it, he might as well direct it.
He can't be in it, no, but this looks kind of cool. This is like Mel Gibson said, look, I know action, Mark Wahlberg's going to carry this one through. Yep, so Flight Risk. This is out 26th of Jan, a lot of fun.
Great movies coming up into the new year, Paul. Let's have a look at the top 5 movies as they stand around Australia this week.
Right now, 5 is Sing 'Em Again. Number 4 is Bulaya 3. Number 3 is Lee 2. Oh, this is scary. Smile 2. That's a good one. And number 1, Venom, Spider-Man's favourite villain, The Last Dance.
And let's ask you, Paul, are you looking forward to a movie next year that's coming out?
Next year, maybe if there's another Alien or Terminator movie, that'd be a lot of fun. But there will be like some Marvel movies.
Yep.
So, yeah, probably Thunderbolts will be a lot of fun.
We'll look forward to that. Paul, thank you very much for being part of the couch. Hopefully
so much,
you'll be
Fred.
coming back next year.
You bet, yeah.
Well done. Paul Elwyn, thank you very much for being. Give him a round of applause in the studio. Well done. Yes. It's our last show. Anyone want to cheer? Cheer again? It's our last show. You have to cue them up, you see. Music-wise, Bailey Perry's downstairs, and she says, I'm going to like this. She said, you're going to kind of like it. So that's what she's singing. Here she is, Bailey Perry.
The stakes are high, the water's right. You're standing on the other side, look me in the eye. Neither of us blink, we got sinister smiles. We know exactly what we're doing in our conniving minds. Neither of us will back down, cause we refuse to lose. And there's no way we will call it a tie. We'll shoot at one another, stab each other in the back. But is it really that bad? Cause I know you kinda like it, and so do I. We love to hate each other, it's a thrilling fight. And who knows what might come, cause we're both just as good. We know each other's weaknesses, and yours is that you doubt me. Who'll be the first to fall? When question of the night. Anyone who tries to guess, well then you've joined us for the ride. You've tricked the world, but I've tricked them too. We got our own teams now, this is war. Neither of us will back down, cause we refuse to lose. And there's no way we will call it a tie. We'll shoot at one another, stab each other in the back. But is it really that bad? Cause I know you kinda like it, and so do I. We love to hate each other, it's a thrilling fight. And who knows what might come, cause we're both just as good. We know each other's weaknesses, and yours is that you doubt me. Cause I know you kinda like it, and so do I. We love to hate each other, it's a thrilling fight. And who knows what might come, cause we're both just as good. We know each other's weaknesses, and yours is that you doubt me. Cause I know you kinda like it, and so do I. We love to hate each other, it's a thrilling fight. And who knows what might come, cause we're both just as good. We know each other's weaknesses, and yours is that you doubt me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, you doubt me. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you doubt me.
There you go. Fantastic work, Bailey Perry. Of course, I kind of like that. I don't know about you, but she's fantastic. She'll be back next year doing really well. I think she might be 16 or 17 years old too. I think she's doing year 11 or 12. But well done, Bailey Perry. We'll see you next year. Somebody else that sings just as good,
Oh my God, and only a few years older.
Oh, no, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about me. But no, Belinda Cipriano, thank you. Sorry, only a few years older.
Are you just
right.
four years old?
I guess
21
so.
forever?
Yeah, if you're sort of dog years or something. 4 years older.
My dog's
Welcome
older
back.
than me and she's 5.
Well, I tend to agree with you. I'm only 2 years older than you, so that would
Exactly.
be
So
about right.
we're teenagers.
Do we have anything coming up over the Christmas
We
break? We're just
do.
going to sit here and sing or
I
something.
know. Yes, we do.
I reckon we just throw the script away
I
and we
know.
do some ABBA
Let's
songs.
just go for gold. All right. So we're talking What's on Perth.
What's on Perth with Belinda Cipriano. Thank you for being part of the show this year.
It's been so much fun.
And I keep saying every year, I must get rid of her this year. And then I go, she's too much fun. We'll have her back again next year. You're
be back.
going to the West Australian Ballet.
Yes. So the Sleeping Beauty. Here I am arising again from my deep
Did you
sleep.
ever do ballet at school?
I didn't.
I did,
I'm
just
too
nobody
heavy on
would
my
catch me.
feet.
I don't know what it is. I did all the practice. As soon as I went to throw myself,
Boom.
they ran.
Well, The Sleeping Beauty is showing at His Majesty Theatre from November 22. I think this is perfect for the holiday season.
Yep.
I love heading to His Maj.
Yep. Wonderful theatre.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. So reawaken your inner child with this classic fairy tale. See the story of Princess Aurora in dance. It's a gorgeous night out for the entire family. Tickets start at $30 and go all the way up to $179 if you want those really good seats. So,
Now, that's going to be a really good... It's only one day.
No.
One show? Oh, there's
it
a
starts.
season.
It
So it
starts
starts
from
November
November
20.
22 and it goes
Beautiful.
all through the festive season. Yeah.
Wonderful Sleeping Beauty. Now, I believe because Basil Zemplis is running for election, are they dropping the Princess, the Christmas pageant in the city? Are they? They're moving it to Coogee, are they?
Maybe. Well, I know
This
that
will be
Port
better.
Coogee is... Well, do you know what? Who cares?
that's
Head on
what I
down to the
reckon.
water. Port Coogee is
And
having
one good
their...
thing, you will never get Basil Zemplis
No,
there.
you won't.
So
You
even
will
better.
get Mayor Logan Howlett, and he is a dead set legend. Love Mayor
Are you
Logan
hosting
Howlett.
it?
No, I'm not. I'm not hosting it, but I am heading down. It's
Have you
happening
a
on December 6th, Friday, December 6th from 4:30. It's a free event. There'll be
It'll be
Santa,
beautiful.
food trucks. I believe there'll be a little animal farm there as well for the kids. Face
I love it.
painting,
I love it.
entertainment, free, 4:30. Friday, December 6th.
Port
Start the
Coogee,
Christmas-
here
yeah,
in, south of
absolutely. Head on.
Perth.
I used to live down there. It's absolutely beautiful down by the marina.
Now, this would be one of your own events, is it? Sunday singles at the Comedy Lounge? It's
Not
got to be a
now.
joke. It's got to be a joke. You're not single anymore.
Start the holiday season down at the Comedy Club in the city on Friday, December 8. It is, so join in for a festive night of laughter and connection.
Yep.
People don't want to be lonely during the holiday season,
No.
so they head on down there. It's hosted by a bunch of local comedians and it's a lot of fun.
I'm just
It was-
thinking Sunday singles. Is it the people who are single on a Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday. So
They go to the nightclub on a Saturday, don't pick up, and they go, that's
off they go for some laughs and some
What
love.
a wonderful idea, but
Yeah.
to keep people together as well and give you
Absolutely.
something to do that's
you
a
know,
bit of fun.
You might meet the love of your life, Fred. Who
Yep.
knows? $55 it'll cost you, but it's good time.
Oh, I don't know if I want to spend that much to meet the love of my life. Thank you. But it sounds good. That
It
is on
does.
December the 8th, by the
It
way.
is,
It's a lot of
yes.
fun. Now, back by popular demand, Ministry of Sound.
So if you don't meet your love of your life, head on up to Kings Park and go to the Ministry of Sound. Do you
Wow.
remember the Ministry
I
of Sound?
do. I do. Yeah.
It brings me
pretty
back.
headbanger.
Actually, I wasn't even alive in 1988, so I'm making that up. But it brings me back to 98 in my dreams when I was in London.
Do you know any of the songs? Any of the music?
There was a lot of do do
Doof, doof,
do
doof,
do 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 all that sort of music.
And
I'm
if
sure
you
Demelza would
need
be
me,
having a
darling,
fit.
won't you call me SOS?
1970s.
No, that's
I
not
think.
Ministry of
That's- yeah,
Sound.
it's definitely
Here
not.
they are. They're going to do
So-
one show, December 14th.
No, they're doing two, but one is sold out. So December 15 is already sold out. They've only got December 14.
Yeah.
It's being held at Kings Park from 5 p.m. There's going to be some incredible DJs down there, and it's going to culminate in a stunning classical performance by the Ministry
Looks
of Sound
good.
Orchestra. Yeah. This is
Who says nothing ever happens in our beautiful
Oh,
Perth? We've got so much you can't even
so
talk
much.
about it.
Yeah, exactly. We've got
Beautiful.
so much. We're going to continue talking about it. So if that's not your scene, then head on down to
Christmas at Government House.
Exactly, and that
Wow.
coincides with the food festival. I think it's called
14th
the
and
World of
15th.
Food Festival. Yep, I've been there a couple of times. They've got amazing food stalls down there from every nationality: Portuguese, Italian,
Really?
Greek. Yep,
That's a good thing
It's
too.
so much fun. Bring your picnic blanket. Bring your kids.
Did
go
you
down Tell
have
me.
to do for World Week at school? Did you have to bring
Bring
a
in a
dish?
plate, and they would go, "Oh, what's that?"
And I used to bring in, you know what we used to bring in?
A cotolette.
Lasagna, lasagna, pizza, all the traditional stuff,
Yeah.
and they'd all go,
But now who's laughing? Who's
pizza's the
laughing?
most favourite thing
exactly,
in the world now.
Exactly, I love
What
the
did you
pizza.
used to bring?
Oh, we used to bring in a
was
pastel
your-
nata. We used
I
to
don't
bring
need to be
in,
rude to me. You're swearing at me is not going to get to. A pestonata.
Pastel de nata.
Oh, pastel
de nata.
Oh, it's
custard tart.
that accent.
The Portuguese
Is
tart,
that-
not me,
oh, they're
but the
beautiful.
pastel
The
de
ones
nata.
like
Yes.
Armanda brings in with a little cake.
Exactly.
Oh.
But they weren't as fancy as
No.
Armanda does it. No, she does them very fancy.
But she also charges $5
Yeah,
for
but
those.
they're bloody they're
Homemade
good.
ones are the best. Portuguese tarts,
My mum
beautiful.
makes them. She does a decent job.
Now,
so anyway,
back to
so
where you
that's
were.
the 14th
Christmas
and
at Government
15th.
House is back, held on the 14th and 15th of December.
coinciding with the World of Food
And there's
Festival.
heaps of food.
So much fun. So head on down there. It's free. And gorgeous surroundings. Like I love Government House.
Now,
Gorgeous.
I've watched Wicked in
Yep.
Melbourne.
Yep.
I've watched it in Perth. I've watched it in Melbourne again. Bert's not there anymore.
No.
But it is going to be an amazing show
Oh my
with
God,
such a great cast.
I am so excited for this to return. So it comes back to Perth at the Crown Theatre from December 15th. Those who don't know it, it's obviously the Broadway sensation, like you said, and it looks at the land of Oz way before Dorothy got
Yep.
there. Like, this is one not to miss. We've obviously just had the premiere of the movie, so this is
Yes, Paul
super,
was
super
talking about
exciting. Yeah, so very excited to see this one. Tickets start from $125. There's going to be a Perth season. If you want to get a musical lover or anybody a Christmas gift this year, get them Wicked, the musical tickets, because it is going to be incredible. Cannot wait. So excited.
Sounds good. And now, if you're not into Wicked, which I don't think there's many of
No.
you, but maybe stay at the Pan Pacific at the
Wow.
same time.
And what are they doing? They've got a bunch of things, but my
Yeah.
pick,
Mamma
of the
mia.
month, and just for you, I picked this one just for you, is
I love it. Mamma Mia on New Year's Eve party.
Exactly.
And it's going to be on December the 31st because that's
December
funny
30th.
enough, it's New Year's Eve.
I
How
know.
did you pick
No,
the day?
I know, right? Holding it on December 30 just
You
for
are good.
just for and giggles. Anyway, so celebrate New Year's Eve. We're going together, right, Fred?
Yes.
It's $108. It gets you canapes and an hour of
yeah.
a drinks package. But they're also
get to sing.
We get to sing. There's going to be all your favourites. You're going to have a laugh, and I want you to say, "I do, I do, I do, I do."
Love me or leave
I
me,
don't know the
but
rest.
be. What was the next big?
It's your choice.
It's your choice. But believe me, I love you. I do, I do, I do, I do, I do. I might bring my own microphone and a little box
Exactly.
so I can
I
sing.
think this is. We are going to have so much fun.
Yes. Nobody else will, but
no,
I'm glad
but we
we will.
We love ABBA, and ABBA tribute show
I think it's a
happening
great idea.
at the Pan Pack in the
Tickets
Grand
are all
Ballroom.
sold out, by the way. Forget it. Don't go. Thank you very much.
But they've got accommodation packages too. So
Pan
drink
Pacific, they've just
responsibly
been
and
fully
stay the night.
renovated. We did
Yep.
a whole thing on them. They've got the most beautiful rooms, and it's one of the most iconic hotels in Perth. So go down to the Pan Pacific, do yourself a favour, as
Yeah,
Molly would say. Check it
absolutely.
out. Beautiful.
Now, I wanted to finish off with our top 5 for the
Okay.
year.
Ooh, top 5.
Events. Well, not in any particular
These
order.
are the events that you went to for
Yeah,
free.
that I love. Fred, I love these. These are so much fun. Grease the
yes,
Musical.
yes. Can I just say, Grease the Musical? Go on.
No, did you go to Grease the
I
Musical?
did, yeah.
And
And it was
amazing.
wonderful.
They
It
were
was
so
wonderful.
good. Hairspray, another such a fun. Yeah, on Grease. So much fun.
I love it.
So
Sing me
much
a
laughs.
song from Grease the Musical, just quickly. Go on. A little
We
bit of-
go together like
What about Hairspray?
Oh my God, I can't remember.
Baltimore.
Yeah, it's to Baltimore.
Yeah, that's
oh,
right.
no. Cirque du
What about
Soleil. We
Cirque
can't
du
do
Soleil?
It was Mexican. Oh, it's a musical.
I don't want to be your lover. I just want to be your teddy bear.
I don't think that one was
I
in
don't
there.
want to be your teddy bear. Make up your mind, Elvis.
And look, Wicked hasn't come, but we know. We
And
know
I'm-
it is going to be
and
the
I'm
musical.
calling it Wicked. Is there any music that you know from Wicked?
Oh, God.
We'll come up with something by next year.
Yeah, well,
It's going to be
we-
great. So do you reckon they're your top 5? Grease the Musical, Hairspray, Cirque du Soleil,
Yep.
of course Elvis the Musical, and of course Wicked.
I'm calling it. Wicked's going to be the one of the year.
You are a lot
Absolutely.
of fun. Let's
So are you, Fred.
let's do this again
we
next year.
go together like shamalama da ding da ding da
I'm
dong.
glad you know the words. Belinda Cipriano, thank you for being part of the couch. Give her a big round of applause
Merry
in the
Christmas,
studio. And unfortunately, she will be back next year for all the crew that weren't wanting to clap. We'll take a list of their names. We'll take a break. More of the couch coming up after this. See you then. a great song to play. We're always stumbling into this segment we call Bitchin'. Welcome, let me introduce the bitches for today. Chris Moyer, welcome back and congratulations for being father number 3, your third child.
Father one of 3.
Of 3.
Oh. Father one of 3.
That is correct, thank you. Sharon Atwood, you're not father, you're mum of 2 boys.
Mum of
Thank
2
you very
boys,
much.
yes, recommend, yes.
And of course, let's welcome back Alexander Sacosta, still waiting to start a family. Of course, he's
Any
available.
moment now, Fred. I can
you.
feel it in
Something's going to drop.
In your
Thank you very
waters.
much. Welcome back to all of you. Let's go back to Chris. Chris, you've got 3 wonderful topics to talk about today. Now, you're the customer service expert. Let's tell people that at home. What are the topics today? Let's go for number 1.
Absolutely. So there's so much happening around customer service in the world, and it's going viral. It's going online. It's everyone's talking about it. So let's start with the first one. It came a couple of weeks ago out of Dunedin Airport in New Zealand. They have get ready for it. They have put a cap on hugs. So the hug time when passengers are being dropped off, they want to keep the traffic flowing. You know, the people out there in their high business.
when people get dropped off?
So it's not when they arrive. It's
and not when
basically
they leave?
So it was when they're leaving. So when they're getting dropped off, they're like, keep your hugs to 3 minutes. They've got signs.
Oh, wow.
If you want to hug longer, go to the car park. So
And
here we
this
go.
is law
So
now.
these, it's not a law. It's a policy in
It's
the
a rule.
airport.
There's a
but it's
sign.
It's a custom.
It's a
but
government
It's the
policy.
customers of the airport that are being told, in a very emotional way, don't hug. Not don't farewell. Don't hug for 3 minutes. Now, I guess firstly, is it right to be able to be told you're not allowed to hug?
Yeah.
Firstly, that's the first one. But secondly, do you actually hug for more than 3 minutes? I mean,
Not
like
really.
I'm trying to think about an embrace hug on an arrival, I feel is a
I guess if you're kissing your partner, but would you do it publicly?
publicly.
I think you'd do that before you get to the airport. But the other thing is, if you're an Italian family, you'd probably say, let's just ban anybody coming to the airport altogether, and that way you'd have to hug anybody.
Or maybe they're all hugging, and that's a cumulative hug of
Yes,
3 minutes
I
for the
agree.
whole Italian
So
family, for instance.
let's ask Alexander.
Yeah, I'm all for it, Fred, to be completely honest. I abhor public displays of affection, public displays of intelligence, and
Yeah.
absolutely abhor
Well, you
public
go-
displays of rhythm.
You'll be
absolutely not.
You'd be fantastic.
Yeah,
in New
cut
Zealand.
it down. 3 minutes, let's move it, people. Come on, you don't love them that much, let's be real. Otherwise you'd be going with them because, they couldn't
That's a
afford
true
it.
point. I thought about that. If you
Let's
love
be
them,
real.
So you don't reckon it's a bad policy
No,
telling people?
it's the same as like the kiss and drive at a school. It's like,
you
drop it off
reckon-
and let's keep it moving, people.
moving.
The
Do you
fact that we're
reckon-
so focused on this, it's like, come on, people.
Do we need to even set a time limit?
I don't think so. Is it happening that frequently where the car's really banking up because people are hugging too long? Is that how we're getting known as countries that hug too much?
Can't you just taser those people?
Yes.
And then
3
like-
minutes, yes,
Yeah.
over.
What about you, Sharon? Have you ever hugged anybody at the airport?
I have, I think, when you're going and I get the whole farewell thing. I was actually going to bring up the kiss and ride
Yeah.
because obviously I, as a past P&C president
Yes.
of the primary school, the amount of complaints we used to get about people taking too long. It's like, get out of the car, push the kids out.
parents taking the kids to school.
and the stuff's in the boot and then you can't open the boot and then you want to kiss them and then you forgot and they cry. Just get out. And I think that's what they're trying to achieve at the airport. It's like, slow down, like a solid 7 k's an hour, open the door, just let them fall out and just keep going.
And throw out the suitcase on the next drive around, I guess.
Yeah.
Wait for your suitcase. Just what do you reckon, Chris? You're a customer
They're saying
service expert. Is this
hugs, though.
good?
They're not
Yeah.
saying drop off. I mean, I thought they would have just said drop off. I think it's the word hug that's getting us.
Have we had any feedback? Has anybody appealed or
It's
not
only
liked
just
it?
come out, so it's going to be interesting to see. But it's so interesting. I mean, firstly, you can imagine this at, say, New York's Kennedy
Well, you
or
can imagine
LaGuardia.
it, yes.
But this is Dunedin we're talking about here. Dunedin, so it's not even Auckland. So I wonder how either big is the airport, how
They've
small
got
is the
more
airport,
rights.
or how many people from Dunedin are huggers. Like that's what I'm thinking. It's maybe Dunedin is like the huggiest country.
Now, I would have
huggiest city.
expected this policy maybe in America, where they're eating their dogs, they're eating the cats. But in Australia, I don't think we're ever going to do that. But New Zealand, I would have thought they
Yeah.
follow tradition from Australia. So it's interesting that they'll do this. So for me, it's you're saying thumbs up, you're saying thumbs up,
Keep
you're
moving.
saying...
I'm saying
thumbs down.
thumbs down. I'm going to say
I think it
thumbs
should-
down.
Majority rules.
Yeah, it's
Thank
about
you,
majority
Sharon.
rules. So that's
And
right.
because I'm the chairman,
Mr.
I get the
Tony.
overriding.
We're not taking
And
you
you
two
don't
to
ride
the
right,
airport.
that's right.
Thank you. I'm not going. I'm just going with a taxi. Get out.
We're going to do a big hug at the end of this segment, aren't we?
Chris, what's the second topic?
Well, it's funny you mentioned America. The second one comes out of the States. How can it not? And there was a viral incident that took place just the other day. There was a Hertz rent-a-car employee that got quite aggressive with their customer because the customer actually drove 40,000 kilometres in a month. That's just... Think about that for a second. 40,000 Ks in a month. The contract for the rental car was that basically there was unlimited Ks. And when they looked at the odometer, the rental car person got quite aggressive, got quite threatening that he was going to call the cops on this guy because he wasn't going to pay the extra.
So how much extra did he do?
Well, he did 40,000 Ks in a month.
40,000 oh,
in a month.
Yeah, fair enough.
40,000 Ks in a month. I mean, that's a lot.
Where was it? In King's Cross?
Well, it's in America, but the contract said unlimited kilometres. So it's getting us thinking about these hidden people that try and take things too far, squeeze a bit out of everybody.
Do you know how you've got them on the phone contracts as well? You know when they say for $49 you get unlimited, it says fair use
supplies. I mean, normally that's...
But is 40,000 fair? I mean, that's the question. I think I would drive. I mean, sorry to jump. I mean, I would go. I'd probably drive 15,000 in a year to 20,000 for me.
What do you reckon, Alexander? Because I would have thought if something says unlimited,
well, technically, if the material term of the contract does say that it is unlimited,
well, you've got your lawyer hat on now.
Yeah, well, then technically, fair use, if that is a term in there as well later on, then that's obviously binding as well. But it'd have to be the reasonable person approach. So is that an unreasonable amount? You'd have to look at the averages across the board. What were they using the car for? What do they generally rent the cars out for? But I think he was just upset. You could charge them for things like wear and tear or damage to the vehicle, but to claim that they've breached that term, potentially not.
I would have. I agree with you. I think it'd be hard. What about you, Sharon? Have you ever hired a car and had that 100 kilometres a day?
I have, and it's like you think, measure. Do I want to pay the extra? Where am I going to go?
Just get unlimited,
yeah. How is this going to work for me? But I mean, at the end of the day, if it says unlimited, but
I tend to agree with that. I think if you hire a car and it says unlimited, then unlimited it is. You shouldn't have to go and get a lawyer or someone to go to consumer protection. It should be. When are we going to be in our country? We're pretty transparent. I think it wouldn't happen here in Australia. In America, who would have thought Donald Trump would be president today? Congratulations to him. But America seems to be wishy-washy on a lot of things. Every state can have a different rule. You could be driving a car from Georgia to California and all of a sudden the laws change. So I don't know. I tend to think that if you hire a car and it says unlimited, then unlimited it is.
But then that's what they're doing, what this car company is doing. Apparently they're going through the contract and they're now starting to go, well, what can we enforce? Correct. Because bear in mind, the charge, by the way, I should have said this at the start, the charge for the extra Ks was 10 grand, I believe. They tried to get 10 grand out of the guy. Now that's... I mean, what's a car a day? Let's just say 150 bucks a day plus insurance,
in America,
$200 a day.
150
there you go.
I paid in Hawaii. So, but you're right, because you know what, car companies, I have to say, are probably the next ones next to insurance companies now that need to be audited or investigated by the ACCC.
Tiny scratch on the door.
Well, do you know what? My car was wiped off in Broome when I went there, and they charged me $5,000 straight away off my credit card, even though I cancelled my credit card. They still were able to charge the new card because credit card companies have an association with banks where banks and credit card, doesn't matter which card you change, they're allowed to forward that cost to the new credit card. The bank will tell them. So they need to change the rules if it comes to this, because if it happens in America, it'll happen over here as well.
But just remember these hidden charges, everyone's trying to get something out of everybody these days.
They're trying to make as much money as they can.
The last time I was sitting here at the couch, we were talking about a cafe that was trying to charge for no ice.
Yes.
So you ask for no ice, but there's more syrup, so they charge more. So you see what I mean? It's starting to happen.
It is interesting. We had a sausage sizzle on the weekend. We had a vegetarian. I said, well, we'll just charge you for the serviette, $3.50. But interesting. What's your last topic?
Well, the last one, we're talking. We're listening to the words of a service provider. There was a young lady in the United States who got onto TikTok, and again, it's gone viral. I think everyone loves chatting about this sort of stuff. She was basically posing the question, or the question was, are customers becoming meaner or mean to service workers? So are people starting to, are customers getting sort of annoyed at and talking down to service workers? All our youth
crew around us that work in hospitality or restaurants, they're all
nodding. They are too.
And do you know what? I've noticed it on radio. People are ruder. People are quite confident to be rude. And before they used to try and hide it. Now they're quite blatantly. They'll just say what they think, and you just go, okay.
Well, just for context, so she was basically saying, she was giving some sort of expressions of things that she would normally say to customers. customers. You know, even things like how are you, what do you need, that sort of stuff. And then she was sort of saying what customers say to her in that moment. And I think that's the key thing. What she thought was making reasonable conversation with a customer. Might I add, maybe a bit more exuberant, which is what they do in America. Customers didn't like that conversation start.
What do you guys reckon? Alexander, you've been around, you do a lot of functions and events. Do you think customers are ruder?
It's very interesting because I used to work in customer service as well, so you kind of relate back. I won't say where I worked, but let's just say it rhymed with, I don't know, Coolworths.
Yep.
And what was fascinating is that by having worked there for such a long period of time, I now have great empathy for people who work there, and I very much appreciate it, and I always try to have those positive interactions with them because I was in that position for such a long time. So it feels like maybe people are so far removed from this that they've never even had that casual job, and they don't appreciate it. They've become so elitist in their life that they really forget about these people who are just doing their job and trying to make it a nice experience for you, the customer.
I find it's amazing that you have to have on voicemail now when you ring a company, before you get put through to them, please be nice to our staff, otherwise, you know, we'll hang up on you type thing. So it's funny that we even have to put that on messages. But I tend to agree with you. I think people are ruder. I think there's a change since COVID. I blame COVID, and I didn't have a problem with COVID, but since COVID, people have become angry. They're anti-everything. Any opportunity to go on the streets and riot, they'll use any excuse to go out there just to say no to something. They're constantly saying no. They're like we've now got a community opposition to everything. What do you think, Sharon? Have you seen this sort of mood?
Not as much. I think sometimes it's kind of, you see what you want to see. And I feel like I am, having worked in the industry as well, you know, a bit overly sensitive towards how I treat people and how I interact with people and show my gratitude and the rest of it.
So you're nice to people?
I think I'm nice to people, and I generally, though, find people are nice back to me, and I'd sort of, you know, test that. I do wonder sometimes, though, now we're seeing so many negative stories for clicks on social media. Is that also what's making people think this is okay? Because every second video out there is someone being awful to a service provider. Are we starting to become desensitised? Are we starting to think that's normal? And it's not.
People do play up for social media. They want to get an attention. They want to get people's response to things, and it's a way of getting noticed. What do you reckon, Chris? Just quickly wrap up for us.
We'll be quick. Just so we know, I mean, who actually said that we do need to talk in customer service? I mean, already on the Uber app, it says, you know, do you want your driver to talk to you? I believe that there's even hair salons out there that have a silent appointment, which, you know, they want to read, or they turn their... It's like at a Brazilian barbecue. You turn it red so that you don't get all you can eat, or you turn it green to
many
green
choices.
for a conversation, red for no conversation. So it is interesting, you know, are we not reading the room
have we
enough?
lost the ability to actually just communicate with people and actually get to know people and ask them about their life, about their day? Soon you're going to go to a place, you're going to be like a robot, AI.
Well, bearing in mind, just before I came here, I went to Woolworths and I did see the person at the self-serve checkouts with the body cam. The first time I've ever noticed that. I don't know if you've seen that here in
with the video.
With the video cam at the self-service checkouts. So
because
it's
people
called a safety cam.
Unfortunately, they're stabbing them. There was a stabbing a couple of days ago. People are quite crazy when they do these stupid things. Thank you to Alexander Sacosta. Thank you to Sharon Atwood. Thank you to Chris Moyer. All the best for Christmas. We hope to get you all back next year. And thank you for being part of the show this year. And we've loved having you. And we'll see you on the other side of the break. Thank you for watching Australia. We'll be back with more of The Couch right after this. Thank you. Welcome back to The Couch, all around Australia. Thanks for your company throughout the year. Thank you to everybody who's watched the show, and thanks to all our fantastic local supporters as well. Time to talk to Ming Johansson. She's here with our very own tech buff. Well, they couldn't be here, but Nisha's here. Hello, Nisha. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Fred. Yes, I learned so much from you, Ming. Welcome back to The Couch.
Trying to put it all into your brain.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And it's remarkable. You'll know why I said that shortly. That is one of the hot gifts. So today it's a special episode because it's nearly Christmas, and we all want to know what the hottest tech gadgets are out there.
Yeah, so I'm going to start off with smart homes. So things like smart lights and smart speakers. So being able to buy these speakers and set them up in different modes and different moods. So you can set up a whole heap of different strip lighting and light bulbs and just set them for like when you're winding down for the night and set up different timers and all of that. So they're really great as a starting point for lots of families because they are actually quite expensive if you're buying them yourself. So if you buy people a light bulb, they won't won't be mad about it because, like, especially a smart one. The other things that I would talk about is things like, and in fact, I've got Fred here who's going to model it for us. This is if you are the partner that snores. This is useful for the partner that snores to get for your other partner.
Very
who is
trendy
not,
looking there.
who is not the snorer. And I'm just going to turn. Can you hear things?
I can, yes.
You can hear music.
Asking me to take my clothes off, but I don't want to do that.
Must be a different programming that you've got on there, I think.
No, I'm not. I'm playing Florence and the Machine.
Yeah, you were playing Dog Days.
Yes.
Yeah.
So obviously none of us can hear that in the studio, so you can take that off now. Thank you.
So what's
so
it
much.
supposed to do?
It's to block out the snoring of your partner.
Well, why don't they just have sex like they used to in the old days? I just think, gee, we've replaced people's normal things with this mask. Sex used to work and it was free.
I want to sleep. I like sleep.
Okay, well, maybe for you, I'll buy you 2 of these for Christmas.
So
Fantastic. What about these ones?
all jokes aside, though, it's so annoying when someone's snoring, isn't it?
You took a photo.
Oh, you took a photo of
Such
me.
wasted film. Can you choose which person you
I mean,
take
you were
photos?
staring at me. So
Can I tell you what? How amazing! You can actually take a photo like a secret agent.
Yeah. So these are Ray-Bans. They're
do it again.
a collaboration with Meta or
But there you
Facebook.
go. It does. It works like
There's
this.
a little button up the top.
Yeah, how do you take a photo?
As soon
There's
as
a
I put
little
it
button
on,
at the top.
it must be what I'm touching because
Yeah.
as soon as I hit the back of my head, it actually. I'll try it with Sonia. No, it said memory full.
They actually look really good on you, Fred. They look
I know.
fantastic.
I look like the
they're
Blues
Ray-Bans.
Brothers.
Yeah.
Oh no, I won't sing. I did that.
So that's a
great.
great one as well. You can also live stream from those as well and take videos and
Wow.
they sync to your phone. So there's a whole
Fantastic.
heap of software for that.
So are they quite expensive?
Does anyone
Because,
know where my
cost
dog
of
is
living
gone?
at the moment,
Yes.
obviously we're looking at a range of prices for gifts.
Yeah, so the sort of smart home stuff sort of starts at around about $20. You can get, I know that you can get a lot of smart home stuff at Kmart as well, which is like $5, and the strip lights are quite affordable. The glasses, they fall around the $215 mark, so which they kind of fall around that mark anyway with Ray-Bans.
And how about the snoring device there?
I remember that not being a terrible amount of money. I think it was actually somewhere in the realm of about $38
Okay, so
or
there's quite a
$48.
spread of price.
If it fails as a sleeping
Oh,
girl,
Fred, what do you
I always wear it as a bikini. I reckon it would work. Probably not on me. Not on me, but you never know.
Just have music blasted into your chest.
I like it. You should get into technology.
Oh, yeah.
Good. You're good.
I'll bring this back into life.
Thanks, Alicia.
Let's talk about sustainable gifts now. So
So one of my favourite gifts is the Remarkable 2. So this is, I like to call it an adult Etch-a-Sketch. So I am one of those people who buys lots and lots of notebooks, mainly because they're pretty, but then I have no tracking on my notes and I lose complete track of what book I wrote, what note in, and then it's all a disaster. Yeah.
it's so light as well, isn't it, Ming?
So an adult Etch-a-Sketch, basically. No, it's effectively for note taking. So there's a pen on the side there, which you
Okay,
can pull
so
off.
I can actually go like that.
Yeah, and you
I
can just write on the screen.
3 minutes to. Oh, this would be good for me to give times to Nisha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent idea. And
So
then
it's
you-
really great.
We'll use that.
And there's a erase tool on there, so you can
It's like an
erase it.
electronic blackboard.
Oh, you need the pen, sorry. Yep.
Okay, so what about our outdoor enthusiasts? Is there a special tech present for them this
So I
Christmas?
think gifts like battery chargers and being able to charge all your stuff on your
Yes.
remote.
You're
There's-
laughing because you were just charging your stuff.
This is such a problem for me. All of my stuff is always flat when I need it to not be flat. So I think, especially for those of us who like to travel or go on the road, like increasingly so, like I have an electric car, so like traveling is sometimes a bit precarious because
Yes.
there's not always a charging station readily available.
true,
So being able to have a remote battery that you can take with you so you can charge your car or charge all of your facilities while
Well,
you're
it's very
camping.
practical.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's if your partner's listening, that's a present for you, Ming.
Just FYI.
Excellent. And what about kids and family tech gifts?
There's some really cool little robot gifts that you can actually teach kids programming. And so STEM, which is like science, technology, education, math, is really around teaching kids how to program and how to do software development. So there's some really cool kits that, like I've seen some that have started for about $30 that sort of
Fantastic.
trains a little robot to go on a little mission. That's great.
And developmentally really good for the kiddies, right?
Absolutely.
To start a bit earlier to learn how to do all of that.
Yeah.
And you've got an event, just quickly before we go, coming up.
I do. So tickets closed on Monday night, which I think this goes to air.
Mm-hmm.
So it is for DDD Perth, so dddperth.com.au. This is the largest community-run tech conference in Australia.
Wow.
So it is a democratically elected agenda, which means that we have people from all walks of life with all sorts of backgrounds that come and speak and share lots of knowledge about technology, and it's really awesome.
And our very own Ming is going to be there, of course.
will, yes.
Now, Ming, sorry, time goes so fast. We're wishing you a Merry Christmas. You'll be back on the show again soon, I'm sure. Can you tell us where we can find out more about you?
You can find out more about me on mingjohansson.com.au.
Excellent.
Oh, and marketingjumpstart.com.au.
Perfect, great. Okay, we'll see you in the new year. Thanks Ming. It's back to you now, Fred.
Thank you, Nisha. Thank you, Ming. I've got into this thing. It's a whole heap of things. It says delete all. We'll take a break. More of the couch come up. Thanks to Ming. Thanks to Nisha. Thank you to Ming. We'll see you next year. More of the couch after this.
Connect with The Couch online through Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Welcome back to The Couch. It is our last show for 2024. And the next couple of comedians have been with us for a few years now. They're good friends of The Couch and they're back for their final appearance for 2024. It is Nick and Frankie. Over to you. Welcome back.
Oh,
Hello.
Thank you. Thank you, Fred.
Thank
Hey.
you, Fred, yes.
Hey, the last one, Nick.
The last one,
Oh,
yeah.
It's been a bit of a journey this year, hasn't it?
It has, it has.
indeed. And
Yep.
it's almost Christmas time, which is always great.
Christmas time, Frankie,
It's
is
a
my
great-
favourite time of the year.
Yeah, I know that. I know it's your favourite
I
time.
love getting presents.
Yeah. I'm a bit sore about that.
Why?
Because, last year when I got my gift from you,
Yeah.
a roll of gaffer tape.
It was 2 rolls of gaffer tape and I gave you a cold.
Yeah, I know that. Don't remind me about that. I spent all Christmas in bed.
Don't say I don't ever do anything for you then.
Well, anyway, listen, and I texted because, you don't come to rehearsals and we...
So I told you I'm busy
I never
Tuesday
get-
night.
Well, I know you keep saying Tuesday night, but rehearsal is actually Thursday night.
Oh.
Yeah, look, we know all that. I've given up on trying to get you to rehearsal, but I did text you. Now, did you bring the dinger-donger?
I did.
Well, that's good. You know how to use it.
Yes, I do. There's several ways of ringing a dinger-donger.
Is that right?
There's the soft way,
Yeah.
the hard way,
Yes.
and the just right way.
Oh,
Dinner's up, grub's up,
Crubs up.
Donner.
Now, so you're good to do this.
I am.
Because I know you're a prodigy with the...
I don't know what song
with
we're
the
doing,
triangle.
though.
Well, we're doing Christmas time, of course.
Can't do that one here.
Well, yes, we can do it here. We used to do it live in the show.
Yeah.
This time of the year. But I've cleaned it up a lot.
Okay.
Cleaned up
I don't know the
hell of a
cleaned
lot.
up words.
I don't think you know the old version either, to be honest with you. But anyway, we're going to do this song. So we'll start off with the chorus, just so that you can get the ding-a-dong going.
What's the chorus?
Well, let's have a look. There we go. Ready?
All right.
Merry, 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 merry Christmas.
A ding!
A merry, 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 merry,
Merry Christmas. A ding!
It's Christmas time and Santa's on his way. A ding! With gifts for us all packed up on his sleigh. Christmas trees and mistletoe, open fire and falling snow. Too bad we all live in Australia. At Christmas time we Aussies sweat like pigs.
We do.
And the closest thing to snow is in the fridge. An ice cold drink neath a shady tree, a t-shirt and short dungarees. That is what we find in Australia. You got the words
Yeah, I
right?
got the
okay?
words, yeah.
Oh, merry, 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 merry Christmas.
A ding! A merry, 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 merry Christmas. A ding!
I think you should just worry about the triangle and leave the words to me.
All right.
All right, here we go. Now on the couch it's Christmas time again.
It is.
With Fred the crew and us every now and then.
A ding!
All the guests come on the show, sharing things that they all know, and we do what we can to get a laugh. Singing Merry, 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 Merry Christmas.
A ding.
Merry, 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 Merry Christmas.
A ding.
Now Sonia always wants to hear the crow. And Adrian in the back room texts the show.
He does.
Fred sits at the compere desk, directing all the couch show guests with beer and cold drinks when all is done. Having fun singing Merry, 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 Merry Christmas. Everybody.
A Merry, 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 Merry Christmas. A ding.
Merry,
Merry, Merry, Merry, Merry, Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. We'd like to thank a few people. We'd like to thank Fred for inviting. He didn't invite us, did we? Just turned up. We'd like to thank Sonia. We'd like to thank Adrian. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Jack Daniels and Johnny Walker. And we'd also like to thank this triangle for being with us, even though it sounds dead.
Merry, Merry, Merry,
He's Frankie Rooster.
He's Nick the Noise. A Merry, 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 Merry Christmas. One more time, here we go.
A Merry, 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 Merry Christmas. A ding.
Very good.
Thank you very much to Nick and Frankie, and thank you to all your support this year. And if you want to book the two guys, they're available. Go to our website, of course, thecouch.com.au. Contact me here at The Couch and I shall pass on the message to the two guys as well. We'll hope to see them next year, bright and early in March again. Now, somebody that's down in the theatre waiting to perform for us is a very young lady. Her name is Hayley Carver, and she's covering us with sunshine today. Here's Hayley.
I've been dreaming, friendly faces. I've got so much time to kill. Just imagine people laughing. I know someday they will. I've been missing yesterday. What, there's a better place? Cover me in sunshine, shower me with good times. Tell me that the world's been spinning since the beginning. Everything will be alright. Cover me in sunshine. I'm from a distance. All these mountains are just some tiny hills. Wildflowers, they keep living my heart. They're just standing still. I've been missing yesterday. Get me through another day. Cover me in sunshine, shower me with good times. Tell me that the world's been spinning since the beginning. Everything will be alright. Cover me in sunshine, shower me with good times. Tell me that the world's been spinning since the beginning. Everything will be alright. Cover me in sunshine. La 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 la. La la la. Cover me in sunshine, shower me with good times. Tell me that the world's been spinning since the beginning. Everything will be alright. Cover me in sunshine.
Fantastic young talent, Hayley Carver, and coming up soon, Roger Gomez. But first, let's talk travel with Steve Collins. He's taking us to the Nullarbor. Welcome back.
Well, the Nullarbor, yes, thank you very much, Fred. Lovely to be here. The Nullarbor, one of the best journeys, road journeys you can go. Well, we're going to do two. The first part we're going to do by road, and the second part we're going to do by the Indian Pacific.
Where is the Nullarbor for those people who've
Well, the
never been?
Nullarbor, strictly speaking, it runs between Norseman in Western Australia and Ceduna in South Australia, and it's 1,200 k's. And the first time I did it, I turned left onto the air highway at Norman, at Norseman, where it starts, and the thing came up 1,200 kilometres to the next corner. And I thought, well, there you go.
It's a long stretch of
It is a
land
very,
drive.
very long stretch of road. It's mostly straight. It has got the Australia's longest bit of stretch road, which is 146.6 kilometres, without a corner or a turn.
And
or
nowhere to
anything.
stop. I mean, you can stop
Well,
on the side of the
you
road.
can stop on the side of the road,
but there's no shops, cafes, anything.
Around about every 200 k's or so, there would be. This is at the top of the Bight, and these are the Bunda Cliffs. But the top of the Bight, if you go there between May and October, this is where the southern right whales go, they give birth and all that. But this is the end of Australia.
It is.
It's amazing. The very end of Australia. This is at Eucla. It used to be an old telegraph station there, but the reason why it's covered in sand is they introduced rabbits, and the rabbits ate the roots of the plants, which meant that we're keeping the sand stable, and so all the sand moved. But this is an idea of how straight the roads are. This is part of Australia's longest straight road, and it's just amazing. And you just go and go and go and go, and when you see a curve, it's very faint. You don't hardly notice it. This is also the Great Western Woodlands. This is the biggest and most healthiest temperate forest in the world. It's as big as England and Wales combined. It's
big
massive.
land.
It goes from about Baladonia to Southern Cross, all that way, and it all goes as far as north as Kalgoorlie.
Who would you recommend this long journey to? Like, what sort of people?
Well, anybody that wants to see Australia by road, obviously.
I agree
A lot of caravanners do it. But a lot of people who just want to do the drive because there's a lot of accommodation.
It's beautiful, but isn't it?
It's fantastic. It's just an amazing part of the world.
I remember doing it with, it was called Greyhound buses.
Greyhound buses,
And
that was in the old days.
when the old buses used to be around.
They don't have the buses anymore,
Not anymore,
do they?
but
No.
it was such fun. We stopped every 4 hours, and we stopped on the Great Australian Bight.
Yeah.
And I was so petrified because the driver said to us, "Do not fall over, because
No.
if you fall over the cliff, we can't get
you're
you
gone.
out." You're
Well,
gone.
this is interesting because the air highway is very good because they get a lot of trucks there.
Yes.
But it's built so wide to allow the Royal Flying Doctors Service to land on it. So it's a really, really good road. It's I find it picturesque because it changes all the time. Even the foliage changes. But when you get on the Nullarbor itself, which is basically from Nullarbor, which is just a servo there, and it goes pretty much to Border Village, which is just on the South Australian, West Australian border. It is really, really flat, and it's all little salt.
How many hours would it be from WA to go across the Nullarbor?
Well, now we're talking from Norseman to Ceduna. You would need to at least stop overnight somewhere. I would suggest maybe Euclid because that's around about halfway.
Yep.
It's 700 k's from Norseman to Euclid.
Because I'm thinking, what car would do more than 700 k's? So you'd have to have big tank.
Look, if you've got an EV vehicle, you couldn't do it. You'd have to
You'd be stuck
charge
in
up somewhere.
Yeah.
But look, it's just an amazing trip. I've done it 5 times now.
Yeah.
I've written a book on it as well, but I'm just reviewing because I've done it so often. I've got a lot more information about it. And I just love the trip. I don't get bored. Heather and myself, we never get bored.
You know what it is? Children usually get bored because they look out the window. But I think it's one of those sort of things. It's an experience to see your country, and see the barrenness.
You get an idea of how vast Australia is. But the second part I'm going to talk about is doing the train, the Indian Pacific. Now, the Indian Pacific goes, of course, from Sydney to Perth and vice versa. But the thing about this is, when you drive across, you're near the coast and you see the cliffs. When you do the Indian Pacific, you're about 200 k's further north, and you really are in the middle of it. Oh, this is a great train. But when you get out on the Nullarbor, you virtually see nothing. It's just kilometre after
incredibly comfortable.
Well, and also the longest bit of straight railway in the world. It's 446 kilometres without a turn, without a bend, just going straight across the Nullarbor. The train is fantastic. That's the dining room. The food, and the food is all regional.
Yep.
It's really
All
good.
local.
You get to stop out there as well. They used to stop at Cook, but now they stop at Rawlinna, which this is Cook. I think they might stop at Cook one way and Rawlinna the other. And you go to Rawlinna is a cattle station there, and they have a barbecue dinner and stuff. You have all these experiences on it. You do tours. You go to Broken Hill, you do a tour. You go to Adelaide, you can do a couple of tours. You can go to the Barossa or whatever, and you go to Kalgoorlie. I don't think they do the tours of Kalgoorlie anymore because they've changed the time that they get there.
It's a completely different way to go.
But see that landscape there? That's what it's like from the train. You don't even see the bushes that you see.
And this is
when you
all
do
real
the-
footage. Can we just say that's all your own footage? I'm assuming.
That's all. Yeah, that's
You've
all
been,
the footage.
you've done
yeah.
it.
I've done the Union Pacific twice.
And where did you sleep when you were on the
train?
Yeah.
On the train. Well, I had my own cabin, of course. The cabins are really clear. Well, I mean, it depends what sort you get. You get a single or a double.
Yep.
But you've got your own bathroom with shower and toilet, etc. I think they've got one dining car to every 6 carriages because it's all accommodation.
And you've got all the food. You've got
the food
obviously shower
and drinks and
Yep.
everything. Tours.
Is it
It's all-
expensive, Steve? Roughly?
Oh
to go
yeah, look,
from Perth?
it depends what class you get, but look, it's not a cheap trip,
Yep.
but it's like doing a cruise
It's part
on
of the holiday,
rails.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's just fantastic. It's just wonderful.
Look, I absolutely love the train. I've only ever been on one of the new electric trains in the city yet.
Yeah.
But my parents went to, I think it might have been Kalgoorlie on one of the
Yeah,
government
you can
trains.
do the Prospect on
That's
Kalgoorlie. If you're a pensioner, you can do it for free. You
Yeah,
get
they give
a
you
free,
one
we've
night.
done it. It's great.
And I would always urge people to try something completely different. I've
Yeah.
been told that trains, and the Indian Pacific specifically, is beautiful.
Yeah, and well, the Indian Pacific and the GAN, they're run by the same company.
Yep, they're beautiful. The gang's the one from
the
Adelaide
GAN,
to
the
the
GAN
Northern
goes
Territory.
from Adelaide to Darwin,
And that is a
that's
bit more
great trip as
expensive,
well.
isn't
I actually prefer
Yep.
the Indian Pacific because you are crossing the country from east to west, and you really get a great idea of how big Australia really is. It takes 3 days.
I love the fact you've spoken about the Indian Pacific and also the Nullarbor, 100% Australian.
Oh, it is,
It's all
yeah.
about seeing the environment. It's
Yeah.
such a beautiful ride.
It is,
And,
it's some lovely country as well. You get to Eucla, for instance, and it's you look at the coastline there, and it's really, really beautiful. So there's so much to see and do out there, really.
When are you heading off next?
Well, we're heading up to Darwin and then Bali.
You're heading over next year.
Yeah, we're heading up to Darwin in December.
Yep.
And then we're going to go to Bali after that.
What time in January are you there?
Well, I think we're going up there around about the 15th or 16th or
Oh,
something.
that's a shame. I'm leaving on the 14th.
Oh,
No, we'll catch up. We'll catch up in
well,
Bali. We'll
that
see you
was
before.
so badly organised,
I
wasn't
know,
it?
It was terrible. My travel agent stuffed up. Fancy using the flight centre.
Yes.
Steve, you've been wonderful all year on the couch.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That's been a
Steve
lot of
Collins,
fun.
of course. Where can we get more information?
Oh,
more of your
go to my
clips?
YouTube channel. Tell me where to go. Please tell me where to go.
He loves it.
That's it.
Truly, he loves
I
being
do.
told where to go.
Well, I like telling people.
And if you're
where
a
to go.
travel agent and you want someone that this guy can do you the best service when it comes to travel, he's a travel writer, travel guide. He does the best of videos, very natural, very real, and that's what you want it to be.
There's nothing natural or real about me, friend.
Very true. Thank you to Steve Collins. Roger Gomez is a fantastic performer. He's down in the pack in the theatre, waiting to perform, playing. I think he's playing for keeps. Yes, he is. Here he is. Over to you, Roger.
Don't you worry, what games It ain't science fiction. And nothing for keeps. I'm on a mission. Now I'm in too deep. It ain't science fiction. And nothing for keeps. I'm on a mission. And just for you, I'll be the clown. So far, so deep, I know no bounds. Ain't turning back now, I can hear you growl. I won't be satisfied now until the matter is amplified tonight. Now I'm in too deep. It ain't science fiction. And I'll play for keeps. I'm on a mission. Now I'm in too deep. It ain't science fiction. And I'll play for keeps. I'm on a mission.
Thank you very much to Roger Gomez, and he'll be back later on with another song right here on The Couch. Stick around, you're watching The Couch. It's our final for 2024. We'll see you soon.
Connect with The Couch online through Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Welcome back to The Couch. Nice to have your company for our last show for the year, episode 793. Tell your friends to watch it. Now, we've got another fantastic music act. Roger Gomez is waiting in the theatre for us, singing a beautiful song called Happy Modern People. Here he is. Here's Roger.
I read the papers this morning. I didn't think I'd be on the front page. I can soar like an eagle flies. I walk with happy modern people. And the story gets stronger. As the day grows long, I choose to run, looking for an epic sequel. I walk with happy modern people. Cannot hide, I am in disguise. One more lie, and my days are jeopardized. Take a chance for the first time. You've been waiting on the second page. There's no finish line, I'm told. I walk with happy modern people. The alarm that's ringing, sounding off into your very soul. The voices from the stand so clear. I walk with happy modern people. It's no surprise you had brought me down to size. I'm riding high in the friendly skies. think I'd be on the front page. I can soar like an eagle flies. I walk with happy modern people.
Well done to Roger Gomez, wonderful local talent. You can be part of the show next year if you want to be part of it and perform on the show. Contact us here at thecouch.com.au. Love to have you part of the show next year. Now, Nisha Seth has been part of the show for many years, maybe nearly over 20 years, I think. She still looks 20 years old, like I do, but we've got a fabulous guest for her today, and I'll throw over to Nisha and she can introduce her next roadmap to health. Here you go.
Thank you so much, Fred. Today on the Roadmap to Health segment, we have greatly privileged. We have Dr. John Stevens joining us online. So just a little bit of background. Welcome, John.
Yeah, thanks, Nisha. And congratulations on your 793rd show.
Excellent, thank you. Yes, everyone's smiling in the studio. Thank you so much. So in 2008, John co-founded the Australasian Society of Lifestyle Medicine, and you're a board member there as well, and you're also actively engaged in developing the World Lifestyle Medicine Organisation. Very active in this space with over 40 years experience, not just in health practice, but teaching and research as well. So we're looking forward to getting some of your wisdom today in that proactive space, but importantly as well, the use of shared medical appointments, which you've pioneered with some of your colleagues, which is just fantastic, particularly in our remote areas as well here in Australia at the moment. So welcome to the show, and we'll get started with some questions.
Yeah, thanks, Nisha.
So, John, just to start off with, tell us a little bit about your passion and your work in this area. Just a bit of an opening question.
Yeah, thanks. Look, it's spawned out of being an academic looking at ageing well years ago and thinking how can we as a society age better, and it morphed into this concept of lifestyle medicine, which is now a medical discipline which is now active in 35 countries in the world. And it's a discipline, a new discipline, if you like, or movement even, that has clinicians, doctors, nurses and allied health looking at a different way of doing their health by encouraging the use of lifestyle as a starting point rather than an end point.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's kind of, it sounds really simple, but about 80% of the reasons people come to see clinicians now is lifestyle, chronic disease related. So if lifestyle is causing the illness, then lifestyle can fix that illness as well.
Fantastic. So lifestyle medicine is really opening up like a more holistic view to health, would you say? And, you know, that field of epigenetics, which is really growing now as well?
Yeah, look, it's really evidence-based, it's proper science. And even though I come from Mullumbimby, people look at me sideways when I say it's proper science. That means lots of different things. But it's proper science that looks at, we couch it in 6 pillars. We look at 6 different elements of our lifestyle. There's more, of course. And we look at nutrition, exercise, stress, substance abuse, sleep, and connection to other people and to and to the environment.
Yeah.
And within those 6 pillars, you know, we cover a lot of what is able to be prevented in terms of future chronic disease.
And it seems like a much more sustainable approach, right, as well, because we're looking at both physical and mental health in a number of those different lifestyle factors. Would you say that's the approach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the World Health Organization is telling us really clearly is that the current systems we have aren't sustainable under the epidemic, if you like, of chronic disease that's coming through, and that unless we change and do something that is more sustainable, lifestyle medicine, then we're not going to make it. You know, just on diabetes alone, most modern societies, most modern industrialised societies of the world will be bankrupt medically by 2030, 2035 with a wave of just diabetes coming through.
Yeah, goodness.
We've got to move.
There's so many topics we can talk about with you, Dr. John, but what we want to touch base on is really your shared medical appointments that you've brought in, because I believe that, there's really a health gap between First Nations people and, why our current health practices aren't really making the cut in that space, and that's a lot of the pioneering work that you're doing at the moment. Can you tell us about that gap and then the program, what you offer?
Yeah, thanks. Nice question. So a lot of clinicians already know about lifestyle medicine or bits of it, but they don't know how to practice it. They don't know how to put it into a short 10-minute consultation, which most of us it's our experience of primary care, is that short, sharp consultation, whether it's a GP or a physio or a nurse. That's our system. So if you can't have longer time to work with your patients, how are we going to problem solve this? So we explored the idea of this concept of shared medical appointments, which is it's also known as group appointments or group consultations, where a doctor and a facilitator will see anywhere between 8 and 15 patients over a period of an hour or 90 minutes, as opposed to seeing one patient every 10 minutes.
Okay,
and a lot of people go, oh my God, I'm not going to go telling my stuff to other people. But it's amazing how the power of the group and the support of the group changes people's minds on that. Just a fantastic way to do health. You get to see your doctor for longer, you get the support of other people who have similar problems going on, and you have questions answered for you that you always forget because you're in this power relationship when you're one-on-one with your doctor. And you're always sort of worrying about, well, what's the question and what's he said and have I remembered. We know we forget 80% of what the GP tells us by the time we get home. That's a bit of research that's just come out.
Yeah, so that sense of belonging and getting to more people as well is important. And the First Nations community, have you found it's well received, being more of a collective culture?
Well, as the communities we go into, and we do a lot now in remote Aboriginal communities, they tell us this is what we've been doing for 40,000 years, John. You're not telling us anything. You're here to teach the health services, aren't you? And we go, yep, that's right. We're here to help.
Yes.
Because they've been doing yarning circles and healing. They've done everything as a consultation in that manner of sharing widely with the group and depowering the privileged position of the GP or the clinician.
So it sounds like two-way learning, John, in terms of the Western medical practitioners, but lifestyle medicine's kind of taking that learning, that growth approach.
Yeah, you've got it. And it's when it works well, that's exactly what happens. And the exchange is extraordinary. It changes the clinicians who have been used to, well, let's just go back a step. In the remote areas especially, we're working in Northern Territory and other places in Australia, we have large no-show rate to clinics. The health clinics out there have 60 to 80% people no-show. Appointments made, people don't turn up. Because bad things happen in the clinic, right? People die, kids were taken away, things happen at the clinics, and it's not a space in that locked room with a powerful doctor. It's a colonised space, right? It's a place that's been designed by the colonisers.
Yeah.
And so this takes it out and re-empowers the community to decide, where do you want to have this? Well, maybe it's under a tree, maybe it's in a rec centre, maybe it's a park, somewhere else. And now I've got my family or friends that are coming with me who also have the same problems I do.
Yeah.
And now the doctor's sitting down on the ground with me, with a facilitator who might be able to translate as well. And now we're telling them what we've done for 40,000 years, and he can help us with the things that we don't know about that are modern day things.
Fantastic. It sounds like there are so many benefits of these shared medical appointments. In our health system, I think now it's heaving, isn't it? We've got long waiting lists, and this is actually providing education, not just an awareness and medical consultation, not just for health practitioners to work a bit more integratively, but also, importantly, for your clients, for the people that actually need help to access help.
Yeah, look, we've been doing this a while now, for about 10 years. And there's no losers. There's occasionally they don't work, but very rarely. But the clients, whether they're in First Nations folk or general community, it works well for everybody. That support you get from people who have a similar problem as you is universally wonderful. Patients learn more from each other than they do from any health clinician. And the clinicians learn a lot more from their patients when they're in a room with them for an hour, as opposed to just 10 minutes where they're rushing to get something done, to get a script out or whatever. So the exchange is different. The GPs tell us that those that have done this, and there's lots now, tell us it's saved their careers because the hamster wheel of the 10-minute consultation was just driving them out of industry.
Absolutely. John, thank you so much for joining us on the Roadmap to Health segment. We can have you back on another time as well because there's a lot certainly that we can talk to you about. Thank you so much for sharing about the shared medical appointments, all the work that you're doing in this space, the lifestyle medicine space. Where can people go to find out more about lifestyle medicine in general and perhaps find out more about you?
Yeah, thanks, Nisha. Either Southern Cross University looked for the Lifestyle Medicine Masters Award or to the Australasian Society of Lifestyle Medicine. Either of those websites you'll find me and the Lifestyle Medicine and shared medical appointments are well covered at either of those sites.
Excellent. Well, John, thank you so much for joining us. That's Dr. John Stevens online. We'll look forward to seeing you again in the new year. Do have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we will also follow up on a few more of those topics on the couch next year for sure.
Thanks, Nisha. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Take care. We'll see you soon. And for now, it's back to you, Fred.
Thank you, Nisha. Very interesting guest, Dr. John. Watch it again and again. You'll learn heaps from him. And we'll have him back next year as well, as I said to Nisha. We'll have him back. He's a great talent as well. All right, Eloise Kepler has been on the show when she was only a young girl. Now she's all grown up. She's about 16 years old, performing for us again in the theatre. She's a wonderful performer. Here she is, Eloise Kepler singing Kiss Me.
Kiss me down by the bearded barley nightly, beside the green, green grass. Swing, swing, swing your spinning step. You wear the shoes and I will wear that dress. Oh, kiss me beneath the milky twilight. Lead me out on the moonlit floor. Lift your open hand, strike up the band and make the fireflies dance. Silver moon sparkling, and kiss me. Kiss me down by the broken tree house. Swing me up on its hanging tile. Bring, bring, bring your flowered hat. We'll take the trail marked on your father's map. Whoa, kiss me beneath the milky twilight. Lead me out on the moonlit floor. Lift your open hand, strike up the band and make the fireflies dance. Silver moon sparkling, and kiss me. Kiss me, kiss me, kiss me beneath the milky twilight. Lead me out to the moonlit shore. Lift your open hand, strike up the band and make the fireflies dance. Silver moon sparkling, and kiss me.
Connect with The Couch online through Facebook, Instagram and YouTube.
And kiss me.
Welcome back to The Couch. We've now got an award-winning author and writer, Amanda Bridgman, on The Couch. It's a pleasure to have her here today, and our very own award-winning presenter, Nisha Seth, is talking to her. Over you.
Wow, thank you so much, Fred. Amanda, welcome to The Couch.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
It's great to have a local Perth-based author in the studio, and everyone would have seen all of those books in front of Fred. Congratulations. You've really been hard at work over the last, I think you said 15 years off air?
Yeah. That's about half of what I've written, so.
Oh my goodness. Okay, wow. So just to start off with, tell us a bit about yourself, because you were in Geraldton. You're actually a local girl.
I was born and raised in Geraldton, moved down to Perth for university where I studied film and television. And pretty much have been in Perth ever since, aside from a 19-month stint in London where I was doing a bit of film and TV extra work. So that was fun. And by the time I moved back to Australia, I decided I was going to finally sit down and write a screenplay, because I studied film and television at uni. So, but I found that I couldn't get past the first page because it had been so long since then. So I kind of fell down this rabbit hole of writing novels, trying to figure out the story so I could go back and write the screenplay. So it was kind of a roundabout way to get into novels.
Excellent. And with one of your original fiction works, you're actually turning that into a TV series. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah. So The Subjugate, that has been optioned by Aquarius Films, who are Australian producers, and they have partnered with Anonymous Content in the US, who are behind shows like True Detective, The Alienist, Boy Swallows Universe. Wow. So a lot of those sort of things. So hopefully next year we'll see some movement on that. It's Hollywood's a bit slow at the moment, but it's very exciting to have that series option for TV. So there's two books in that series at the moment.
Wow, fantastic. So for those of us who are kind of new in this field of being an author, you write two different types of fiction. What are they?
So there's the original fiction where it's my own ideas and my own sort of things like this, my own ideas, my own concepts. And there's also what's called media tie-in fiction, where you are hired to write stories in existing IPs, intellectual properties. And so that can be for things like books and short stories based on comics, based on board games, video games, and film and TV.
Wonderful. And that's a bit trickier in terms of the process, right? What's involved?
Yeah, so you've got a bit of a pitching process first, where it starts off with a paragraph pitch, that gets approved, then you've got to do a synopsis, that gets approved, and then you finally get the contract to write the novel. So with my own stuff, obviously I can just run for it and write, but with the IP stuff, it's got to get through a few hoops first.
Which do you enjoy more, or is there benefits of both?
No, look, I love creating my own worlds because you've got complete control, but at the same time, it's awesome to be able to write in the Marvel X-Men universe. Or
so that's the one Fred's got there at the moment.
That's the Marvel novel. But then, yes, I also had the privilege of writing the very first novel based on the board game Pandemic, which was amazing. And a story for another time, but it all happened before the pandemic broke out.
I was wondering that. It's interesting.
Delayed the publication a little bit, but that's probably a topic for another show.
Excellent. So for those in our audience who are sitting there in maybe aspiring young writers, what would you say to them about your journey and where you're at the moment?
I would say it's a long journey. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You need a lot of patience, a lot of dedication, a lot of discipline. The biggest tip I would say is go to a lot of writing events and book launches. Listen to a lot of other professional writers speak, because you will learn so many tips and tricks which will save you so much time, not just on the craft but also on the business side.
Thank you, that's so insightful. You do have a number of other books up there. Did you want to quickly touch on them?
I'm pretty excited about this one, if I may just grab that one. Yep, hold up. So this one here is the one being developed for TV. There's two in that series. I love all my books, really. I started out with this one, Aurora Darwin. There's 8 books currently in this series. There'll be 9 or 10 by the time I've finished.
And sorry, Amanda, what genre are your books for those listening?
So I'm primarily science fiction and thrillers, but my science fiction does veer more towards science fantasy. Okay. So it's not hard science fiction. A lot of people aren't fans of hard science fiction, but there's, everything you need.
Excellent. And the smaller books there, and they took probably just as long to write. What series are they a part of?
So this is the Spud Compton series, and they're what you call novellas, so they're short reads. Together the trilogy is essentially the size of a novel. And that's like, it's science fiction horror, but there's a bit of levity in there. So if you want a bit of some laughs as well, that's the one to go for.
Excellent, Amanda. And what's next? Are you going to get into the gaming world after the TV series?
Look, I'm working on a few things. I've got 2 things lined up for next year, but unfortunately, neither have been announced yet, so I can't talk about them. But if people do want to head to my website, which I think we'll
Wonderful.
plug in a little minute.
Yeah, definitely. And look, thank you so much for coming on our last show for the year.
Thanks for having me. It's awesome.
And what is that website for all of our audience members now?
Thank you. It's amandabridgman.com.au. All my latest news is on there, and you can also sign up to my newsletter as well. So amandabridgman.com.au.
Excellent. Well, privileged to be sitting next to a Perth-based but international author, really. These books are all around the world.
Thank you.
Great Christmas present ideas, team. So get on that website. If you've missed anything at all, you can go to thecouch.com.au, our Facebook page. We'll have all the details. Have a Merry Christmas. We'll see you next year, hopefully.
You. Merry Christmas to you too.
Back to you now, Fred.
Thank you very much, Tanisha, and thank you to Amanda as well. Look out for her books. There's some great news coming up which we can't tell you about at the moment, but just hang in tight. There's some great things. For gamers, if you love to be a gamer, there's some great stuff coming up. That is it for the show today. Thank you for your company. Thank you for watching us throughout the whole year. We hope you've loved the show. Thank you to Ellenbrook Secondary College for having us here. We've loved being here. We've got into the studio. We've built it all. We've got used to the place, and we look forward to coming back in March next year with a brand new series of The Couch. All the team will be here, all our crew. Thank you to all the wonderful crew, all the students. There you go, wave. Thank you to Nisha, my left-hand person who helps me interview the guests and does such an amazing job. And thank you to Nisha. Thanks to all our presenters, Alexander, Belinda, Chris Moyer. Have I forgotten anyone else? Oh, Demelza, Paul Elwyn, Steve Collins. You know who they are. They're here every week. They're local people doing local television, and only local people can do what we call local television. Thank you for your company. Have a wonderful Christmas. Take care of each other. Thank you to our control room, which is, of course, Riley, Josh, Adrian, our director, assistant director, which is, of course, Brendan, and Riley and Josh look after audio. Thank you very much for their hard work as well. And thank you to everybody that's worked on the show this year. Some of them can't be here today because they're busy doing assignments or uni assignments or films and all that type of thing. But we will return next year, bright and early, March. Look out for us. Have a great Christmas, New Year, and I'll see you next year. Have a great time. Bye-bye. Here's Wemma.
Can count the years on one hand that we've been together. I need the other one to hold you, make you feel better. It's not a walk in the park to love each other, but when our fingers interlock, you can't deny you're worth it. 'Cause after all this time, I'm still into you. I should be over all the butterflies, but I'm
This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Retrovision. Shop with the confidence that you're getting the best price on offer. And Safety Compliance Global, taking care of all your safety requirements. Thank you for supporting local.